Good afternoon. Welcome to EE391 MM391 Engineering Maintenance Reliability and Engineering Economics. Welcome to our 1 p.m. Tuesday afternoon lecture. This is week 10, lecture number 2. Once again, thank you for attending and joining us this afternoon. All right. One of the first things I would like to request is if you could kindly, if you could kindly place your name and student ID in the chat box. I will explain to you what is happening now. We will be monitoring your attendance. If you could please place your name and student ID in the chat box. By the way, Hafiz, can you just confirm, Hafiz and Bhavish, can you guys hear me clearly?
Yes, sir.
Okay, right. Thank you. Thank you. All right. We will be launching a new assignment today. We will be launching a new particular assignment today, and the assignment is with regards to your lecture notes transcripts. The and Some of you who have done electrical would be familiar with this particular assignment, which I've given in some of my electrical courses, and also for you may have seen this as well. All right. So if you have not done so, please put your name and student ID in the thing. All right. Let me share my screen straight away. Let me share my screen straight away so that you can see. Okay. Let's share my screen. All right. Guys, you can share. Can you see the screen here? It is now 4 minutes plus 1. All right. Now, um, I'm not sure if any of you were able to attend this particular guest lecture, but yeah, it was very important for you guys as final year students to have some engagement with the industry. All right. Um, Let me show you. Let me introduce you to the 10% assignment, and I will make a Moodle announcement for that. But I want to introduce you to the 10% assignment. If you come here on the side, you click on week 9, and it says if you can. Are you able to see my Moodle shell, Hafiz? Hafiz, can you?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Now, can you see something over here saying E391 MM391 lecture transcript assignment? Let me just show you that. Okay, lecture transcript assignment. Okay, it's very simple assignment, very simple, not too difficult. Remember, we don't have much simulations or much hard work in this particular course, but what I did notice was very few students are attending lectures, all right? So what you've got to do is you need to, let me just go step by step with this particular assignment. It's worth 7.5%. I'm planning to increase that to probably 8 or 9.5%, depending on what we have. Remember, we've got 15% in engineering economics. We've got about 15% 15% worth of coursework which is to be distributed. Okay, with that 15% worth of coursework to be distributed, it is. I have to figure out what I'm going to give to you guys, which will be actually meaningful for your learning purposes, right? So okay, let's read out what you've got to do. You've got to attend. You've got two choices. Either you attend the live Zoom sessions, which the 29 of you are doing already, right? Either you attend the 29 Zoom sessions. The attend the live Zoom sessions, or you can watch the YouTube, the videos. These videos are recorded on YouTube, right? Okay. The assignment starts with week 9 lecture 2. So let's see, where was that? Week 9 lecture 2. This is the assignment. This is where it starts off. All right. What you've got to do is you've got to watch those videos, right? You've got to watch the videos and write the notes, write those exercises and the discussions which we have in these particular videos. You've got to write that in to your exercise book, right? And it's got to be handwritten. We don't want typing, all right? Okay, it's got to be
Okay, sir.
handwritten, all right? And then what we then have is you then will take pictures. Okay, so you've got to do things like your full name and ID and lecture number, week number, and the date of the lecture should appear on the top right hand corner. That's all simple stuff, right? You notice that our lectures are full of what do you call our lectures are like tutorials. We do a lot of in-class exercises, right? So you've got to note those exercises down. All right. Okay. Now you've got to note the solutions for those exercises in your exercise books. You take a picture of those notes, and then you convert it into PDF as a single PDF document. There's two ways which I've suggested here, and you can have a read of those later. You know how you can do it. You can either paste it into Word, insert those pictures into Word, and then convert that into PDF, or you can download a camera-based app like scanner app like Cam Scanner, and then convert those into PDF, right? And then upload your A4 files, your single PDF files onto Moodle, right? So for each lecture there will be a Dropbox, and then you upload that, right? So week 8 you don't have to do it. It starts off with week 9, right? There is a separate upload. For each video link, and you've got to upload that. Now there's some exemptions you can get out of it. Okay, this is how you get out of it. This is where the game is, right? Students who actively participate in the lectures will not need to submit lecture transcript for that lecture. So if you notice that E391, MM391, the engineering economics lectures, we using a large amount of in-class exercises. So students who actively participate during the lectures shall be exempted from submitting transcripts and shall receive full marks for that particular lecture. Okay, so let's say today we're doing week 10 lecture 2. That's how we identify week 10 lecture 2, week 10 lecture 3, and so forth, right? For week 10 lecture 2, we will how do we judge your active participation? Well, we judge the active participation. We will judge the active participation by if I ask you a question in the lecture, if I ask you a question, and sometimes I have to really pursue the students, if I ask a question, then the first 5 students to put their answer in the chat box. So let's say example is, let's say if I ask area of a rectangle and the length is 5 centimeter and width is 8 centimeter, right? The first 5 students to state the correct answer in the Zoom chat box, right? They will earn 1 point each. They will earn 1 point each. And if at the end of one particular lecture a student accumulates 2 points for a particular lecture, then they will receive exemption from writing the lecture transcript for that particular lecture. So basically what I'm trying to drive here is actively via the exemption part. I'm trying to drive your participation in the lecture, or passively if you are not able to participate on Zoom, or if you are busy, or if you are sick, fine, there's no problem. You can go and write the lecture transcript, right? And of course we don't want students to copy each other, so that's why we're giving first 5 students for a particular question to earn 1 point, right? And then if a student accumulates 2 points for a lecture, then they get exemption. All right, guys, I think the rules are very simple. I mean, you guys play PUBG and all these sorts of things. This is a very simple particular thing to drive your. I'm trying to drive your participation in the E391 MM391 lectures. Any questions, guys? I mean, this particular transcript is available. I mean, that particular assignment thing is available here. Is it possible for a whole week for that particular instead of submitting lecture transcript? I think okay, Amit. I think I'll take your point on board. Maybe we can do it that way. Yeah, we'll do it week by week. So I'll update that. We'll do it for a week by week basis. All right. Okay, we'll do it for a week by week basis just to reduce the load. So I'll update the thing, and I'll update this particular question paper to reflect that it's going to be done on a week by week basis, right? But we will actively check this. How many of you guys, by the way, are electrical students and did the and have done the how many of you have done the E222 with me a couple of years ago? How many of you did E222 with me a couple of years ago? Anyone? Yeah, okay. So you would be familiar with this particular assignment. You would be familiar with this particular assignment. All right, guys. Okay, let's move on to our real deal. Let's move on to the lecture. I want to move to the lecture now. I'm going to start my Word document. All right, let's pick off from where we left off yesterday. Okay. All right, guys. Do you see my Word document on your screen right now? Can somebody?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. Okay, there's a question from Tavake. Okay, Tavake, what happens to the rest of the students who are not able to answer during the live section? Okay, Tavake, yes. Tavake, to answer your question, those students who are not able to get 2 points for that particular lecture, they can write the transcript. Okay, they can write the transcript. So what I want you to be is to be on your tips, to be ready, you know, to be actively, have your calculator ready, have your notebook ready, and to be actively trying to calculate what we are trying to do over here. All right. Okay, guys. All right, Tawaki, is that all right? Okay. Now, yesterday's problem. Let's just repeat yesterday's problem. So you make $500 monthly deposits to a savings account that pays a rate of 10% compounded annually, compounded quarterly. You see this 10% over here, that's per annum. Whenever that percentage rate is given, it's given per annum, but the compounding is done quarterly, which means 4 times a year. That means every 3 months. But the deposits are done 12 times a year, right? Deposits are done 12 times a year, all right? So what is the balance of the account at the end of 10 years? So time was 10 years, compounded quarterly. This is annuity of $500 a month. So we have to now do a conversion. We have to convert the monthly cash flow. You see, this is a, if you look at this diagram, that's a monthly cash flow diagram. We've got to convert that. We've got to convert this monthly cash flow diagram into, we've got to convert this monthly cash flow diagram into a particular into a quarterly cash flow diagram, because the compounding is done quarterly. So how do we handle this? So if you look at this, so the $500 annuity per month, which is the deposits per month, becomes per quarter. So annuity, you've got to convert it per quarter. So because 1 quarter is 3 months, 1 quarter is 3 months, right? We now get $500 times 3 months, which is equals to $1,500 per quarter, right? $1,500 per quarter. Your interest rate was 10% per annum, which was 0.1 per annum, and your M is your quarterly rate of quarter, right? That's your compounding rate. So your R is equals to your rate. Your interest rate is now 10%, right? Divided by 4, which is 2.5%, and that is 0.025. Okay. Now your time was 10 years, which is 120 months. We convert that. That becomes 40 quarters. That becomes 40 quarters. All right. So we want to find what is the final value here. So what do? We have to now draw. We have to now draw another. We have to now draw another. What do you call? a cash flow diagram. So let's go ahead and do that. Okay, let's now go and draw another cash flow diagram. Okay, right. So, oh no, sorry, I want to erase that. Okay, draw my cash flow diagram. All right. So remember, how many quarters are there, guys? How many quarters? Question? How many quarters, guys? All right, 5 guys already. Top 5 people have already got there. Okay. Right. So I want your active participation. You've got to be listening to me. Whenever I ask a question, okay, so there's 40 quarters. There's no point in drawing 40, okay, 40 lines. So we just do a couple. All right, that's how you draw. You draw this break over here. All right, so okay, so we have 0, right? We have 1, 2, there is 40, there is 39, and there is 38. Okay. Okay. Right. Now for each quarter, what do we get? For each quarter, we have an arrow downwards. Starts with 1, 40. Okay. And in order to show that that is an annuity, what happens, guys, is actually it's something like this. Let me show you an example of exactly what is happening. So each quarter consists of 3 deposits. Yeah, each quarter consists of 3 deposits. So I'm just showing you, you know, I'm just showing you that there are 3 deposits there, okay, which has been accumulated into each quarter. All right, there are 3 deposits there which has been accumulated into each quarter. So that is our annuity. All right, and what is our annuity now, guys? This is a question. What is our annuity now? Yes, 1500 per quarter. Okay, okay, 1500 per quarter. All right, now we want to the objective is that we would like to find our final value, our future value. We want to find our future value in 40 quarters time. 40 quarters is 10 years. Now, what we have done now in the process is we have converted our cash flow diagram. Which was like this on a monthly basis with 120 to something like this. All right. Now let me just quickly save this image. Okay. 1 second. Sorry, just there we are. Okay, now let's make our calculations based on this, guys. So our calculations is what do we use? What formula will we use? Guys? Can somebody remember from yesterday's lecture what formula will we use? Yes, F given A. Thank you. F given A. Let's see if I've done some F given A. F given A. All right, here we are. I'll just copy and paste from here. Okay, F given A. F given A. All right. So what we have here? There'll be 1500. Okay, at a rate. What is our rate now, guys? 0.025. 0.025. And the time frame is how many? This is 40. All right, what do we get? Answer, guys. Answer. What is your answer? Oh, sorry, guys. Is this 15? Yeah, annuity 15. Is everything correct? Yeah, it's correct. Looks okay. Answer is yes. Right. All right. Good. So at the end of this lecture, what I'll be doing is I'll be going over the save because I'm able to save the chat. Right? I'm able to save the chat, and I'll be going over this this chat and seeing your names and who's answered twice. So that is our answer, guys. That's how we were able to convert our annuity, our future value in the end is 101,103.83 cents. All right, guys. Okay, Siddhant, I think you got your answer wrong, but I think there was 5 people before you already. But good attempt. I like this. Okay. Any questions? Any questions? Any questions with regards to this question? All right, thank you. Let's now move to the next problem. Problem number 7. All right, let's have a look at this one. Compounding more frequent payments. Compounding more frequent payments. More frequent payments. More frequent than payments. Suppose you make quarterly deposits of $1,500 into an account that pays an interest rate of 6%. Remember, it's always per annum, compounded monthly. Find the balance of the account at the end of 2 years. All right. So, firstly, let's break the question down into pieces. Let's break the question down into pieces. Okay. What we have is you are making quarterly deposits of 1,500, right? Okay, but the compounding period is done monthly. Okay, so what do we need to do over here? Okay, so let's list down our knowns. What are our knowns? Okay, our knowns are, okay, what are our knowns? So we know that it is a 1,500, our annuity is equal to $1,500, but it is quarterly. $1,500 quarterly. Okay, it is $1,500 quarterly. Next, what else do we know? We know that our interest rate is basically 6%. It is 6% per annum, right? 6% per annum, but compounded monthly, right? What else do we know, guys? What else? Any other information given? Okay, so our timeline is equal to 2 years, right? And we've got to find the future value. Set? I think everyone's happy with that. Okay. All right. Now, now we have to do some conversions here. Now, we've got to convert. In this question, we've got to convert the R, which is compounded compounded monthly into quarterly, right? How do we do that? Well, how do we do that? Well, firstly, we find that I will equal to 6%, which is 0.06 divided by 12, right? Divided by 12. We bring it down into a monthly, right? We bring it down into a monthly fashion. So that will be 0.005 in monthly, right? So that's my approach, all right? Then the next thing is we have to calculate. Let's now go back to an earlier lecture where we were calculating effective, okay, effective formula, all right? Okay, so let me put that in. We've got to find the effective interest rate. We've got to find the effective interest rate. Okay, let me just put it into math type so that so we have I and then effective. Effective, and then we have one plus we have what our rate is, rate divided by M, right? Rate divided by M. Rate divided by M to the power of this whole thing to the power of M, and then you have a minus 1. Okay, so that's our effective interest rate, right? 1 plus rate to the power of M. Now, what is our rate, guys? Our rate was 0.06. Our M, that's something which we did mention. What is our M equal to, guys? Our M is equal to 12. Right? Rate divided by M. This is what we were doing. This M and that M is different. Let me show you further on that. Okay, let me just put this in this thing here. Okay, so our rate was 0.06 and our M is 12. All right, and this here will be 3, right? So I want to mention over here that our M is equal to 3. But this, why did we bring this down into a monthly format? Why did we do your I, which is your 0.06 divided by 12? Why did we divide it by 12 over here? Well, we've got to bring it into a monthly format and then put it to power of 3 because it's 3 months per quarter. Okay, that's the explanation. All right? Okay, so what do we get over here, guys? Answer? What do we get? 0.0, I think, Lufkesh. Yeah. All right. Okay, that's your answer. But that's in terms of percent. In terms of percent, if you want to convert that into percent, well, basically that's just putting this thing here and then putting a thing and then just saying that that's a percent. All right. Okay, but that's not quite needed. All right. Okay, now we now draw a new cash flow diagram. We've got to draw a new cash flow diagram. As usual, every time there is a question, that's the catch with these things here. We've always got to draw a new cash flow diagram based on the new scenario. We've got to draw a new cash flow diagram based on the new scenario. Okay, all right, so let's draw cash flow diagram. Maybe I don't need to draw the full thing. Guys, how many quarters will there be in the 8 year, in the 2 year, in the time frame? How many quarters will there be? Yes, thank you. Yes, there will be. All right, now, okay, so let's just write this out. 0, 1, 2. If there's 8 quarters, 8, 7, 6. Okay, now we are making, and over here I just want to show you something, guys. I want to show you that there are within each quarter, there are little months. 1, 2, right? Each quarter, between each quarter, there are small months. I hope you can see my cash flow diagram. All right, there are small months. Okay, right? So that's 1, 2, and on the third month you've got a quarter. 1, 2, on the third month you've got a quarter. Now, we now have an annuity, right? And what is our quarterly annuity, guys? What is our quarterly annuity? Our quarterly annuity is 1,500 per month. All right, our annuity is equal to 1,500 per quarter, right? 1,500 per quarter, not per month, sorry. 1,500 per quarter. And we would like to retrieve a future value in 8 quarters time. Okay, all right. Okay, next, what do we do from here? What do we do? Well, what is the next step, guys? We now, which formula will we use? Let me just save this image. Let me just insert the image. Yes, we will use f given a. So go ahead. I would like you to go ahead and attempt calculating that. Go ahead. You can take the lead while I figure out this thing here. All right, somebody already on the scene. Nice. Who is it? Siddhant and Prashant. Okay, nice, very good. So we have to use, for those of you who are struggling, we have to use f given a because we know our annuity. We want to find our future value, so we have to use f given a 1,500. The rate over here is what is the rate over here, guys? It's 0.01 whatever. All right, this thing here, this long answer, this over here, and our thing is 8, and our answer is, I think, 126.512.652.60. Is that correct? Or is it 12649.26? Okay, I'll check that up later. All right. Okay, that's your answer. Okay, that's your answer. I think I got 61, but anyway, yeah, 60. I'll accept 60. So that's how you do that particular problem. Guys, any questions? The main confusion here is this, guys. Your M is equal to 3. Why 3? Well, because there are 3 months in every quarter, right? You've got to do that over there. And over here, what we had to do is we had to drop your particular rate, which was monthly, which was on annual basis. We had to bring it down to month, and that convert it into a quarterly basis. Okay, all right. That's the key confusion. This formula here, this part here is easy. That's I think everyone was able to do it very quickly. The part which was hard was doing this part over here. All right. Okay, you bring it down into a monthly because that was per annum, right? That was per annum. So we bring it down into a monthly. Then we know that our compounding rate is every 3 months. Then we were able to do that as well. All right, guys. Okay. All right. Any questions? Any questions? Any questions? Okay. Okay. Let's have a look at some of the other problems, guys. Just a second. Let me just give you an example. Okay, so that was problem 7. Let's move on to the next problem. Thank you. If there's no questions, let's move on to the next problem. Our example number. Let's now do another example. So remember, sometimes we'll have certain things called problems. By the way, I've forgotten to put our date and time. This is very important for the purpose of tracking your progress. So problem 6, we did that in today. So that'll be 26th, and that's week 11, week 10, lecture 2. All right. Example, the last example number which we did was example 3. Okay, maybe I can call this example 4. Okay. All right, guys, here's the question. Let me type out the question. An investor, so this is just a warm-up question, just a question to give you an opportunity, because if I've got this thing there where, you know, if I've got an option there that you can get exemptions for your particular thing, then you know, we have to give you an opportunity to answer some questions. All right. An investor holds a time payment purchase contract on some machine tools. The investor will receive $140 at the end of each month for a period of for 5-year period. Okay, the first payment is due in 1 month. He offers to sell you the contract for $6,800 cash today. Okay, so this is rollback sort of thing. If you otherwise make a 1% per month, 1% per month on your money, would you accept or reject the investor's offer? So this is a question in time value of money. All right, this is a question in time value of money. Right, an investor holds a time payment purchase contract on some machine tools. Right, so this is like a lay-by, right? A lay-by. So you know, like he's bought some machine tools from you, and then you've bought some machine tools from him, right? So the investor will receive $140 at the end of each month for a 5-year period. Okay, so remember, this is monthly. The first payment is due in 1 month. All right, he offers to sell you the contract for $6,800 of $6,800 cash today. If you otherwise make 1% per month on your money, would you accept or reject the investor's offer? So this is what happening, guys. This guy, he's got some tools, right? He's got some tools which he has leased out to some contractor. The contractor is paying this person $140 per month for a 5-year period. At the end of each month for 5 years, $140 per month. So what is your annuity over here? It's $140, right? And it's monthly, right? And he's saying, hey, I'm going to sell you this business of leasing out this particular lease contract of $140 per month. I'm going to sell it to you for $6,800 today, right? Now, your other alternative, there's something called opportunity cost, right? I want you to take note of that word, opportunity cost. Okay, I want you to take note of the term. There's a term called opportunity cost. What is opportunity cost? Well, opportunity cost is, when you have two options, you can either go right or you go left. So let's say you've got $50. You can either go to a nice restaurant and have a nice meal and have some drinks at the nice restaurant. So meal and drinks, wine and dine with your $50. Or you can take your girlfriend to the movies, and that might cost $50 because the tickets and popcorn and everything and the taxi fare, after everything is done, it's $50, right? Okay, so your opportunity cost for the movies was wine and dine with your friends, or the opportunity cost for the wine and dine was your movies. So guys, when I mention something like this in verbally, right, I hope you're noting it down and you put that in your notes in your lecture transcript. Okay, now, so the opportunity cost for the 1%, this 1% at the bank, right? Okay, so this is 1% compounded per month, right? And let us say this is 1% per month, not per annum. Okay, 1% per month, and it's not per annum, not per annum. Okay, let's say in this particular situation. All right, so let us see what are the particular things which we can do over here. Let's now draw our cash flow diagram. As usual, we've always got to draw our cash flow diagram. Okay, so let's draw our cash flow diagram. It's going to be a relatively simple cash flow diagram, and that's our cash flow diagram. That's on a monthly basis, right? Okay, and then the last point over here. Okay, so we now do that. That is 0. That's 1, 2. That is, guys, how many months? Can you tell me? Or maybe I've forgotten something. I've forgotten to put down the timeline, the time frame. So what do we have? How many months do we have, guys? Yes, 60 months. Yeah, we've got 60 months. So that's 58, 59, 60. 60 months. All right. And we have you will be receiving income. Remember, you will be receiving income. Okay, you will be receiving a income of an annuity of $140. Okay, the system is receiving income of $140. So the proper notation is we're going to just put that. So that's our annuity. That's our annuity of $140 per month. $140 per month. But our original investment was, how much was our original investment, guys? How much was our original investment? What is the present value? What is the original investment? It would be $6,800. $6,800. Okay. All right. So our knowns. Let me just save that, guys. Okay. Give me a second. All right. Now, in fact, I was supposed to do that early on. Our knowns are our investment, which is our P is equal to 6,800. Our interest rate is equal to 1% per month, compounded monthly, let's say. All right, 1% per month. And our A is equals to 140 per month. Okay, that's our knowns. So what formula will we use? Which particular formula do we use, guys, over here? Anyone? Now, this is where you go onto your Moodle shell. What do we know? What are we trying to find over here, guys? We are trying to find if this value, right, of P is, no, remember, some people are saying we've got to do a future value, right? No, it's actually the other way around. If you were to take the $140 per month, right, and deposit that, I mean, if you were to deposit your $6,800 into a bank account which was giving you 1%, right? What would that result in 60 months time? Or what would be the value of $140 per month? Okay, so let's now have a look at that. Basically, okay, let me place the question in another manner. Okay, let me place the question in another manner. Let me put this over here. Will the $140 per month be able to pay off the $6,800 which was invested considering the interest rate, right? Considering the interest rate. That is the question. Okay, that is the question. Will the $140 per month income be able to pay off the $6,800 which was invested? How do we know this? How do we do it? Well, we have to use P given A. Okay, we have to use P given A. All right, we have to go work backwards. P given A. All right, and see if that will match it up. So where is the P given A formula? All right, let's show you the P given A formula. The P given A formula is, if for those of you who just joined in today, well, the formula sheet is, if you go to week 9, let me place this right at the top, right? Okay, just below the lecture assignment transcript. So you click over here. That's your P given A. Okay, so this is your P given A formula. All right, this is your P given A. All right, so let's now go ahead and calculate your P given A. Okay, let me switch back to the Word document. Have I got a P given A somewhere over here? Okay, guys. Hey, we're gonna finish it off at in about 3 minutes time. I'm just gonna type this thing out. That is not the P given A formula. I think it's the other way around. P A, this fella here goes to the numerator. Alright, is that formula correct, guys? Yeah, Kishnil, I note that you have a class. Which class is it, by the way? Mechanical, right? Okay. Alright, okay. We're going to finish up very soon. It's 1:54. It's 1:54, alright. Let me just double check if that formula is correct. P given A. P given A. P given A. There we are. 1 plus n to the minus 1 over. Right, that formula is correct. Now let's do the substitutions, guys. Can we do the substitutions and get that get the answer? What is our n? N was equal to how many months? 60 months. And what do we get? Let's see. First 5 people. Oh, one more person to go. Okay. All right, guys. Right, and that is our answer. Okay, that is our answer. It's 6,293. Now we compare. We compare, and this is my final statement for the day. We compare this, and what do we get? 6,293 compared to $6,800. So since it is lower, it does not pay itself off. Therefore, it is not a good investment, right? Therefore, it is not a good investment. All right, guys. No, Sean, you have to reject the offer because it is not a good investment. So reject the offer. So reject the offer. All right, guys. Okay, that's it for today. We're going to knock off now, and we'll see you in our next class, which is on Friday. All right, we'll see you in on our next class, which is on Friday. And until then, we will I'll upload this video very shortly. All right, that's it for this afternoon, guys. Thank you so much for attending, and if there is any announcements, I'll put that on Moodle. Thank you so much. Goodbye.